So, good afternoon. Happy Friday. We're going to play a little bit with an idea that I've been playing with all week. And it's the idea of how we move through life, how we move through the different situations that are presented to us, and even our day to day, the way we look at our life, very often through the energy of our stored wounds, our stored pain. We all have our stories, and we all have our karma, and we all have our dharma. And you know, I know for me, what I'm finding is that I'll feel like I did a lot of work in an area, and I did. I let go of a lot of the old stuff, but then something will happen, and there'll be a trigger that'll pull me right back in. All of a sudden, the fear comes up, and then the behaviors come up, and the defense. And that happened to me a little bit this week. And what I did find, though, which I was really happy to witness in myself, is that it didn't feel right. As soon as I sunk into those old behaviors, as soon as I sunk into that energy of being defensive or trying to control what was going on around me, there was something inside of me that kicked in and said, no, this does not feel good. This does not fit who you are. And I paused, and I was able to take a step back, and I was able to witness what was going on around me. And, the situation I was in involves a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of emotion. And I saw this sea of people in front of me, and every one of them was coming from a place of their own story, their own wounds, their own fears. I listened to words that were being said around me, and so much of what was being said had nothing to do with the situation that was actually happening. I don't know if any of you have read the Four Agreements, but um, a lot of it is about how we all live from our own projections, right? Like they talk about if you have a whole family sit in a movie theater and watch a movie about their day to day life as they grew up, every one of those family members would be watching a different movie because that day to day was viewed through a very different lens for each individual. So, what I've been working on for myself a lot this week, and what I've been working on in my classes is energy, moving breath, moving vibration, to start to kind of tease open those areas where we have those old wounds and we have them protected and held, to let them come up and out. And Jen has requested that we also temper that with the energy of joy. And that's so important. I was so glad that she had made that request, because it's true. We do this work, and we always do it. We work together all the time to move through our own stuff, but we also need to introduce the energies that we do want, and joy and peace. Those things are so important. And so I think the goal is to be able to move through this life, go through those situations, feel all the feelings that come up, but do it from a place, a foundation of peace and of joy. That foundation of trust in the universe, trust in our breath, trust in whatever it is that animates us. So we're going to play with all of that today, and hopefully it will be fun. I've been enjoying it. I've also been crying a lot, but that's all part of the joy, letting it all go. All right, so close your eyes and bring your palms together. We're going to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Guru Dev Namo. Pause, feel. Allow yourself to receive the blessings of the inner guru. And all of the guru energy of the universe, that which brings us from darkness to light. And we'll move directly into our next chant, Ad Gare Name, Celestial Communication Version. 3 times together. If you're not sure what it is, just follow me. We'll begin. Ad Gare Name, Jugad Gare Name, Sad Gare Name, Siri Guru Deve Name, Ad Gare Name, Jugad Gare Name, Sad Gare Name, Siri Guru Deve Name, Ad Gare Name, Jugad Gare Name, Sad Gare Name, Siri Guru Deve Name. Let everything settle. Feel the pulsation. Dive deeply into the vibration. And then inhale deeply, prayer up to the sky. Pelvic floor, navel center, eyes, everything squeezes up. Heaven and earth uniting inside. And then exhaling wide and around. Really feeling your own vibrational energy, acknowledging your existence as a vibrational being. Feel the energy of you. And as your fingers touch the earth, take in the energy of the earth. Maybe allow a sense of gratitude for all of it. Take a few long, deep breaths here. And then slowly open your eyes. And we're going to move into a breath meditation. It's called Inner Assessment. It's about going inside and really taking notice of what goes on inside, because it's different for each of us. So this meditation helps you to go inside honestly, and to take a look without judgment and with a ton of love, and remind yourself of who you really are. So it's very simple. You're going to take your hands, place them in prayer, and then you're going to begin to slide your right hand down so that the fingers of the right hand are right at the edge of the palm, and the rest of the hand is resting against the left wrist. Your eyes are closed and focused up at your third eye. And you're simply going to take long, deep breaths. And I'm going to play the chant, I am. And just let yourself flow into the chant as you take long, deep breaths. So the chant is going to be vibrated silently. And we will begin. Long deep breaths. Continue the long deep breaths. You're going to begin to transition your hands so that your thumbs come to a notch right on each side of the top of your nose, right underneath your eyes. Slide your hands up. One thumb is going to go on each side of the nose, and then you're going to bring your hands into prayer, right in front of your third eye. The thumbs are connected to either side of the nose. Long deep breaths. Focus on internally projecting all of the joyful situations that will come your way. As you tune in to your inner truth. Hear your inner sound, your inner nod. Connect to that. The inner vibration of you. Long deep breaths continue. Pulling yourself into the space of I am. Hearing your inner nod, feeling the pure light of love that you are. Projecting that out into the world. Feel yourself talking to your soul. Feel your soul responding. Logical, rational thought begin to melt away as the truth rises up from inside. Developing the capacity to hear your inner self. Continuing to breathe long and deep, transition your hands so that your right hand lies flat in the center of your heart, left hand over it. Press really hard into your heart and continue long, deep breaths. Focusing on your inner strength. Remembering that love is love. True love is unconditional. It needs no adjectives to describe it, because love is love. Fill your own heart with love first. A full, liberated heart is the only heart that can truly pour unconditional love into this world. Fill your heart. Take a deep, deep breath in. Press as hard as you can into that heart center. Squeeze everything. And as you exhale, eyes remain closed. Hands down to the knees. Pause and feel. Take it all in. Embracing it all. The laughter, the tears, the challenges, the joys. Uphill and downhill, it's all part of the journey. Your journey. Take one more deep inhale. And as you exhale, inhale your arms up overhead, interlace your fingers. Press your palms up to the sky. And just stretch up, up, up. And then keeping your fingers interlaced, begin to bend your right elbow, bringing it down toward the ground. Your left forearm is going to come right behind your head. Just really stretching, pulling that right elbow down toward the ground. Take a few long, deep breaths here. Inhale back up, overhead, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, left elbow down, right forearm behind the head. Really opening that heart center and stretching. Inhale back up. Exhale your arms down to either side of your body on the mat. Keeping your hands connected to the floor, begin to do some shoulder shrugs, shoulder rolls here actually. Inhaling up, exhaling forward. Keeping your hands connected to the mat. You can go nice and slow or a little faster, whatever feels good to you. Keeping your connection to the earth, letting yourself be held and heard as you offer your heart, your vulnerable heart to this world. So in need of your heart, so in need of your vulnerability, so in need of mine. There's something about anger that's much more empowering than feeling hurt or sad. And so we go to anger sometimes because we want to feel empowered. But that vulnerable admission of I'm scared, I'm hurt, softens the heart and it draws others into a place where they can let down that wall of anger maybe and allow those stored wounds, that pain, to flow out, to make space, to transform. Next time you come forward, come to stillness and just pause and feel for a moment. And then slowly transition to tabletop. Coming on to all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then walk your hands forward a little bit and begin really, really deep, deep hip rolls. Going all the way back toward those heels and all the way forward over those arms. Getting into all of those spaces where we hold and we hold and we hold. Twisting and moving and creating a little bit of heat to start to dissolve that glue that holds those emotions in place, those fears, those stories. We cannot solve today's problems with the same energy that created them. Our energy is meant to flow and move through us. And as quickly as situations show up in our life that feel problematic, that's how quick the universe flows the energy of the solution, because nothing's really a problem. Everything is part of our path. Move in the other direction if you haven't already. For me, what I'm finding is the way to really start to dissolve that stored pain is not through my mind. It's not through figuring out what it is and figuring out how to change it. It's through the breath. It's through the movement. It's through the vibration of chant, of song, of dance, of shaking it up. The next time that your butt comes back towards your heels, stay there, press back towards your heels, but keep your butt up in the air. And then let your heart begin to melt down a little bit. So butt's up in the air, knees are still under the hips, heart is melting toward the sky, the floor. Yep. Prayer to that innermost knowing of I am. Prayer to that truth of who you are to come on out, to take charge, to override the stories that our brain just keeps on repeating in mindless loops. Different characters, but the same stories over and over. And then slowly walk yourself back up, back to tabletop, sliding those wrists under your shoulders. As you inhale, bring your right foot all the way up off the mat and back behind you. And then cross it over the left, toes landing to the left of the mat. Take a peek over your left shoulder. Breath or two here. And then as you bring your head back to center, take that right foot, lift it up, and you're going to bring it all the way out to the right. So it's all the way out. And you're going to step the sole of your foot down. The toes are pointed forward. And here begins some cat-cows. Awkward cat-cows. A little awkward, right? There's something about introducing some awkwardness, something we're not used to in our bodies. The energy of that starts to give the body and the mind permission to move out of its norm, to move out of its comfort zones, to see that it's okay, we can do it like this, even though we don't usually do it like this. It still works. And the next time your heart moves forward, pause there, and then slowly come back to a neutral spine. And you're going to begin to keep your leg out, yep. And you're going to begin to walk your hands back towards you, coming up into gate pose from here. So you're going to be standing on your left knee with your right foot out to the side. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your right arm down your right leg. Left arm reaches over your ear. Breathe and balance and breathe. And then inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale the left hand to the floor. And if you'd like, you can lift that right foot off the floor or stay right where you are. Balance and shake and fall and get back up again, whatever it takes. It's all the perfect dance. Let your foot touch the floor, arms back up overhead. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, bring your hands to the floor in front of you. Bring your right foot in and adjust back to tabletop. Take a few cat-cows here, flexing that spine, moving that energy. So we start to melt that glue that holds those little samskaras, those pockets of energy, those triggers in place. And as we start to loosen that glue, the emotions start to come up. And it's tempting to let them go back in, but the more we move and we continue to be conscious of them, the more we can tease them out and let them come up and out and make space. The next time you move forward, pause. Back to a neutral spine. This time the left leg up and back behind you. And then crossing it over the right. Peeking over the right shoulder, stretching the neck a bit. And then moving your head back to center. Leg moves up to the sky and then all the way out to the left. Plant the sole of the foot, toes forward, cat-cow. I found that the more I work with my breath, the easier it is to raise that vibrational energy. When I have that sinking feeling in my heart when I open my eyes in the morning or in my gut, a few long, deep breaths or a little bit of breath of fire. And all of a sudden, that heaviness seems to rise up. I don't have to think about it. I just have to work with it. Next time your heart comes forward, pause. Inhale, exhale, neutral spine. Walk back toward your body as you come into gate pose. Inhale your arms up when you have your balance. Exhale, left arm down, left leg, right arm over the ear. Reaching, remembering that the neck is an extension of the rest of the spine. Yeah, you guys look good. I don't think I see any head droppers here. And then slowly begin to inhale, both arms up to the sky. Exhaling, the right arm down, to your hand to the floor. And then lifting that leg if you feel moved to. Finding your balance. One more breath here. And then let that foot touch the floor. Arms up to the sky. Exhaling down, planting your hands. Left foot comes in, back to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Hips up to the sky. Stretch into downward dog. Pedal your feet. And then maybe come up really high on your tippy toes. Melt that heart a little more. And lower your heels. Let your knees touch down. Knees come wide, big toes together. And press back into child's pose. And as you rest in child's pose, begin to notice your breath. Notice the rate of your breath. Is it slow? Is it fast? Our rate of breathing and our state of mind are inseparable. When we get anxious, our breath gets really quick. When we're in a nice deep sleep, our breath is naturally slow and deep. So think about that and play with your breath. When your emotions come up, when you're feeling something that doesn't feel so good, instead of running away from it, feel it and then breathe with it. Elevate it. Give it permission to come up and transform. The slower your rate of breathing, the more control you have over your mind, over your thoughts. The mind follows the breath. The body follows the mind. Conscious breathing is the secret to life in this human body. Slowly begin to walk up. You're going to come into a seat, comfortable seat. And we're going to do a bit of a Kriya, not a bit of a Kriya, we're going to do a Kriya to eliminate your elementary stress. And the elementary stress, it's that stress that it's the glue. It's that stress that nestles in to those triggers, that energy, and surrounds it and holds it. And so by eliminating that, by letting that come up and out, we begin to take the sting out of those old emotions, those old feelings. So this is a fun Kriya. So put a big smile on your face. And it goes like this. The first part is fun. You're going to slap your thighs, clap your hands, open to a V, clap your hands, slap your thighs. Slap your thighs again, clap, open, clap, slap. Slap, clap, open, clap, slap. Slap, clap, open, slap, slap. So two thigh slaps. So it's a thigh slap, clap, V, clap, 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 and keep going. Eyes closed, smile on your face, focusing your eyes up toward the third eye. Really fall into a rhythm. It says here that in exactly 3 minutes you will be stress-free. Let's see. Find your own rhythm. Keep going, almost there. Smile, smile, smile. The next time that your hands touch your thighs, let them rest there. Take a deep breath in, squeeze everything up, hold, hold, hold. Exhale completely. Inhale again. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Take a little more breath in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale and begin the movement again. So slap, clap really fast as you can. 1 minute. Get out of your head and just go with your rhythm. Don't worry about it. Just let it all go. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. A little more breath in. Squeeze even tighter. Spread your fingers. Squeeze, hold, hold, hold. Exhale everything down. Hands on knees, eyes closed. Pause and feel. Opening your eyes, bring your hands in front of your heart. Interlace the fingers into Venus lock. Thumbs are going to cross over each other on top. It doesn't matter which thumb is on top. You're going to bring that right in front of your heart, and you're going to begin to bring your elbows down, hitting your rib cage. So kind of like clucking like a chicken. Eyes closed. Just let the elbows bounce off the rib cage. Releasing energy. Letting it all go. Maybe I can get a little bit of music going here for you. Keep stillness. Keep your hands where they are. Let your elbows relax down. And just pause. Feel. Breathe. And then opening your eyes, you're going to bring your hands so that your elbows are bent and your palms are facing you. Your fingers are spread. So they're up pretty close to your face. And you're just going to start crisscrossing your hands in front of your face like a little kid going, no, I'm not going to eat that. No, 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 no. And just keep going. Eyes closed. Focus down at the nose. As fast as you can. Just crisscross, crisscross. Find your own rhythm. Moving the energy, lightening everything up. Our breath, the movement of our body, the vibration from our inner nod, that inner sound current. when we chant, when we sing, when we laugh, when we move, when we breathe, all of that begins to nourish ourselves to the point where we are willing to, we feel safe enough to, we are anxious to release all of that old stuff and start with a clean slate. Start each situation with today. And what a good feeling when you find yourself in a situation where you used to act one way, and all of a sudden you find yourself pausing and acting a different way, choosing something else. That's called burning karma. That's called living your dharma. That is what this dharmic path is. Right? Our dharma gives us opportunity to revisit those things that caused us to create karma and handle them differently so that karma dissolves. And as that karma dissolves, that stored pain begins to release. 10 more seconds, as fast as you can. And as you come to stillness, drop your hands onto the floor in front of you, eyes closed. Just pause there for a moment. Take some nice, nourishing breaths. I'm going to put that music back on, and what you're going to do is you're going to begin to just kind of hit the floor in front of you in rhythm to the music. Let your spine be nice and supple, and just play on the floor in front of you. Let your body move with the music. And here we go. Playing the drums on the floor in front of you. Let your body go with it. Let's pick it all up. Now bring your arms up off the floor and begin to dance your body around. Spit it out. Let it all go. Slow yourself, slow yourself, slow yourself. Let your hands move in front of your heart, palms facing down, one hand on top of the other, doesn't matter which. You can let your elbows relax down against your ribs so that your arms are not just hanging. And just close your eyes and begin to sing along with this chant. And it says, if you don't know the words, just make the sounds. Chakra, chakra, varti. Here we go. Maybe. Yep.
चतुर चक्रवर्ती चतुर चक्र भुगते स्वयंभाव स्वभंग सर्वदा सर्व जुगते तु कालं प्रणासि दयालं स्वरूपे सदांग संगे अभंगं विभूते चतुर चक्रवर्ती चतुर चक्र भुगते स्वयंभाव स्वभंग सर्वदा सर्व जुगते तु कालं प्रणासि दयालं स्वरूपे सदांग संगे अभंगं विभूते चतुर चक्रवर्ती चतुर चक्र भुगते स्वयंभाव स्वभंग सर्वदा सर्व जुगते तु कालं प्रणासि दयालं स्वरूपे सदांग संगे अभंगं विभूते चतुर चक्रवर्ती चतुर चक्र भुगते
Last 30
स्वयंभाव
seconds,
स्वभंग
begin to pump your
सर्वदा
navel in time
सर्व
with the music.
जुगते तु कालं प्रणासि दयालं स्वरूपे सदांग संगे अभंगं विभूते चतुर चक्रवर्ती चतुर चक्र भुगते स्वयंभाव स्वभंग सर्वदा सर्व जुगते तु कालं प्रणासि दयालं स्वरूपे सदांग संगे अभंगं विभूते चतुर चक्रवर्ती चतुर चक्र भुगते स्वयंभाव स्वभंग सर्वदा सर्व जुगते तु कालं प्रणासि दयालं स्वरूपे सदांग संगे अभंगं विभूते चतुर
Melt into
चक्रवर्ती
silence and stillness, keeping your hands at the heart. This beautiful chant reminds you that you are held in all four directions and above and below, that you're self-illumined and united with all, that inside of you lies the destroyer of bad times, the embodiment of mercy, the everlasting, undestroyable power of love. That's who you are. Slowly begin to open your eyes and make your way to your back. And once you get there, roll to your right side and curl up into a fetal position. Really bring your knees in close to your chest. And then take your left arm, lift it up to the sky, keeping the rest of the body where it is. And then begin to open up, coming into a spinal twist from here. You can take your right hand if you'd like and place it on your right knee, on your knees, or stay right where you are. Bring that left arm back, coming back into that fetal position. Pause for a moment. And then roll to the other side, doing the same thing on the other side. Really curling into yourself. And then from that place of feeling safe and held and loved, opening up that vulnerable heart. Letting that arm come down and giving the world all of that unconditional love and mercy. As you give it to the world, who do you give it to? You give it to you, because everything in the world is you. Everyone in the world is you. As we let go of that elementary stress, as we let go of that stored pain, we begin to realize that we have no enemies, we have no poverty, we have no lack, we have no shame. There's nothing wrong with us. It's that stress, it's those stories that tell us otherwise. Let them go. Bring your right arm up, coming back into that fetal position. Squeeze in for a moment, and then open up onto your back. Maybe bring your knees into your chest for a moment. Reach in for your insteps. Take a little happy baby stretch, or any other stretch that would feel good. And then as you let your legs go and come long, moving into Shavasana, I'm going to ask you to bring your hands into Gyan Mudra on the mat, thumb and pointer touch. And we're going to chant for a few minutes before we move into Shavasana, a meditation for elevation, connection, and joy. And this chant is simply Aung Sung Wahe Guru. So prepare yourself for Shavasana, arms at the sides, hands in Gyan Mudra. And I will begin the chant, and as you hear the music fade, you'll move back into silence. Chanting with the music. Releasing the mudra, melting into silence. The being of my being is released from a dense and breathing body to fly like a raven in the ether. I live the simultaneous truth of flesh and life force, irrepressible freedom and mortality. I am matter, energy, expressed and inexpressible, deathless yet still moving toward my last embodied breath. The mystery of spirit leads me to the four directions, then back to center, imbuing form with consciousness, forging a sure link to my release. Something far more vast than individual identity witnesses all this. The eye of my eye sees without the veil of memory. The ear of my ear hears outside the envelope of time-bound sounds. The heart of my heart wraps itself around polarities. Unity and uniqueness, both embraced with equal pleasure. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Bring movement to your fingers and your toes. Bring your knees into your chest, rubbing your fingers together, your hands, your palms, the soles of your feet. And then as you bring your knees into your chest, if you're on your back, roll to the right or rock up and down on your spine. And we'll all come together. Anjali Mudra, eyes closed. And if you know the longtime sun and you care to join me in reciting it, please do. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Please join me in sealing our time together with a long Satnam. Inhale. Sat. Nam. Moving your thumbs to the space between your brow, dropping your chin into your own amazing grace. Be loved, believe, be true to you. Satnam, everybody.